Hey everyone, so it's been ages since I've done a video because I've been moving house and stuff. But I wanted to pick up on a project that I kind of teased ages ago, but I've only just managed to kind of find the time to start setting it up. And that is replacing my Unraid server with an EPYC CPU. So I've got various bits and pieces here. This video, I haven't really got the setup right yet, so this is a bit just sort of small Z50 and a little mic on the top, so hopefully once I get a bit more sorted out I can improve sound and video quality, but we'll just have to make the best of it. So I'm going to show you the bits and then I'll have to set it up and stuff later. I haven't quite got into a setup where I can kind of show you building it and stuff, but I'll get there eventually. So I'll start with the CPU itself. So I bought this ages ago from eBay. I don't even know if it works, so I'm a bit concerned it won't, and now I'm like way out of any kind of chance of sending it back, so I just have to hope that it's okay. If it's not, it's not. I'll just have to save up for another one. It did cost me about £300, including quite an expensive administration charge to get it into the UK because of customs charges now, which is a bit annoying, but can't be helped. This is the first time I've actually looked at this in a quite considerable amount of time that it's been here. So here it is. It's a 32 core EPYC CPU in a sealed bag. So I need some scissors to get that out. But it's a EPYC 7551, so that's 32 cores. I think it's clocked at something like 1.8 gigahertz. So it's not super fast, but it does boost slightly higher than the current system and has more cores. It might be slightly higher than 1.8 gigahertz, I can't quite remember. Do you have a family knife here that I can use to cut the bag? The fact that it's so well sealed is slightly encouraging to me. That might suggest that the people I bought it off take their business seriously and that the CPU will be okay. And I had to spend a little bit more money making sure that I got it in the plastic case, the surround mounting case, because a lot of the CPUs you find on eBay don't come with that, and actually it's quite hard to get hold of them. So I'll pop that back in its bag. So I'll do my best to kind of show you as much assembly as I can, but we'll see. So Noctua cooler and extra fan there, so I'll show you those in a bit. So the motherboard I got is an ASRock. It's EPYC CPU obviously, and has dual NVMe2 slots as well. I've forgotten the actual model number of this. It's the EPYC EPYC CD8T2. So there is a slightly more high spec version of this that has more 16 times PCIe slots, but I couldn't get it at the time, it was out of stock. In hindsight I could easily have waited. But also it doesn't actually matter to me because it's got enough 16 times PCIe slots anyway, and a few, I think they're probably 8s. They look, look like they're pinned for 8s. So it's completely fine. The other thing that it has, which is quite nice, is the got some cables here for SAS hard drives, and it's a micro connector. I think it's micro. So I actually don't need my HBA controller. I can just plug all the hard drives directly into the motherboard, or add more hard drives, which is obviously the other option. Okay, so I'll put the CPU in. This is the guide. So of course, being an eBay purchase, the CPU did not come with the, that's another cable, did not come with the torque screwdriver that normally comes with, at least Threadripper. Whether it comes with the EPYC ones or not, I'm not sure. But fortunately I actually have a torque screwdriver, which should be fine. So this is a Drapier torque screwdriver, and I think it's a T20 connector, which I believe is that one. It's slightly too big. So whatever that is, let's have a look. It is a T20. And I think the correct torque is 1.5 nanometers. So, Newton meters, not nanometers. Which is about £14. But I will check that offline just to make sure. Let's undo this. It says unscrew ABC order, and then they're labelled 1, 2, 3. So clearly they need to better align their instructions with what they've actually put on the device itself. There we go, so that's popped up. And then I believe I just take out the internal plastic cover. Should just lift up, I think. Oh, there we go. Needed a bit more of a poke than I initially thought. And then you insert with your carrier frame. This is actually the first time that I have ever used an EPYC CPU. So as it is in the carrier frame, put that down. There we go, that looks okay. Just check that nothing landed on that. Looks fine. Clip that down. Put that down. Close the bracket, hold the CPU, close the retention collar, fasten the torque screws according to A, B, see again. So, 1, 2, 3. And you can hear the torque screwdriver doing its thing there. Okay, so that should be nicely installed. So you can see the CPU in the slot there. So with a bit of luck that will work just fine. A couple of other things I'll note. I've got an extra NVMe drive here, so I actually upgraded my laptop's hard drive. Put a 2 terabyte NVMe in my laptop and liberated a 512 gigabytes, which I'm going to pass through to a Windows VM, so that can just sit in one of these PCIe slots. The existing RAM in the system should work, so it'll have the same 128 gigabytes of RAM. I've already talked about how I can replace the RAID controller with these. You can see the NVMe drive there, and it's got some additional, I've forgotten the name of these, but they're for directly the directly connecting solid state drives to the motherboard. I've forgotten the name of the system. And then also I'll be able to pass through GPU to VMs. At the minute it's just going to be one GPU, but I might update the system with an additional GPU once I upgrade one of my desktops, so I can kind of pass it down. So that's it really. The other nice thing about this is it's got a remote controlling for server control over Ethernet, so I can sort of reboot and things over the Ethernet. And it has onboard graphics as well, which is quite handy. So all in all, a much more kind of mature server platform for my Unraid system, which I think will be great. If this goes well, I think I will also upgrade my other server, which I sort of rely on a bit more, to perhaps not quite so many cores, because I could do with a slightly higher performance system there. But I think having the benefit of a proper server motherboard with some kind of suitable processors would be quite good for that too. I do have plans for the old dual X99 system. I'm going to use that as a sort of experimenting box, mainly for probably some simulation work that could benefit from high core counts, but doesn't matter too much if it's high performance. It's more kind of parallel data analytics. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with this. So yeah, the cooler I've got is this one here. It's a Noctura NHU12S, and that's the TR4. And then because the system's in the garage now, which is much nicer, I got an extra fan just to keep it cool anyway. So yeah, I'm quite excited about trying this out, and I'll obviously, either the next bit of this video will be me showing you a screenshot of it all working, or it'll be me crying because the CPU or something doesn't work, which is entirely possible when you buy something off eBay. And unfortunately, unless I'm the good graces of the people bought it from allow me to swap it, I'm well outside of the return window. So fingers crossed it'll all be fine. Otherwise it might not. But anyway, thanks for this, and I will see you in the next video, and hopefully there will be much less gap now that I'm getting sorted out in the new place between updates on the various projects. Okay, I'll see you in the next one.